It is the source of all life on Earth, but it is also a loaded gun pointed at our heads. Our entire civilization hangs by a wire, a copper wire. We built a world that runs on electricity. We assumed the sun would always be kind, but in 1859, the sun woke up. It launched an attack that, if it happened today, would send us back to the Stone Age in less than 17 hours. Telegraphs exploded, operators were electrocuted, the sky turned to blood. This is the story of the Carrington Event, and why we are overdue for the next one. Today, we unseal the file on the inevitable solar apocalypse. This is Dark Files Unsealed. 11:18 a.m., September 1st, 1859. Richard Carrington is watching the sun. He's an amateur astronomer, sketching the sunspots he sees projected onto a piece of paper. He notices a massive cluster of them. Suddenly, two patches of intensely bright white light appear. He didn't know it, but he had just witnessed the largest solar flare in recorded history. A coronal mass ejection, a CME. Billions of tons of plasma were hurled directly at Earth. Usually a CME takes about 3 days to reach our planet. This one was moving so fast, it arrived in 17 hours. That night, the world ended. Or at least it looked like it. Auroras, the northern lights, were seen not just in the Arctic, but in Cuba, Hawaii, and the Bahamas. The sky was so bright that miners in the Rocky Mountains woke up at 1 a.m. and started making breakfast, thinking it was morning. People in New York could read newspapers on the street by the light of the aurora. It was beautiful, but it was dangerous. In 1859, the Internet was the telegraph system. Wires strung across continents. When the solar storm hit the Earth's magnetic field, it induced massive electrical currents in those wires. Telegraph operators were the first casualties of the space age. In Boston and Portland, operators received severe electric shocks. Sparks showered from the equipment, setting papers on fire. But then, something impossible happened. They disconnected the batteries. They unplugged the power source. But the machines kept working. Operators reported that they were working entirely without batteries, as the aurora seemed to be neutralizing and augmenting their currents. The atmosphere itself was so charged with electricity that messages were being sent, powered only by the storm. The Earth had become a battery. In 1859, we lost some telegraph messages. If a Carrington event hit today, we would lose everything. We are infinitely more vulnerable now. Our grid is interconnected. A massive geomagnetic storm would induce currents in our long-distance power lines. These currents would find the weak link, the giant transformers. These transformers would melt, they would burn. And they cannot be fixed, they have to be replaced. The lead time to build one giant transformer is 12 to 18 months. Imagine the lights going out and not coming back on for 2 years. No refrigeration means food supply chains would collapse in just 3 days. No clean water pumping, no sewage treatment, no GPS, which means no air travel and no shipping. No water pumps, no gas stations, no ATMs, no internet. A report by Lloyd's of London estimates the cost would be $2.6 trillion in the US alone. The recovery time, a decade. You might think this is rare. It's not. In July 2012, a solar storm of Carrington magnitude erupted from the sun. It tore through Earth's orbit. If it had happened just 1 week earlier, Earth would have been right in the line of fire. We missed the apocalypse by 7 days. We are playing Russian roulette with a star. The probability of a Carrington-level event hitting Earth in the next decade is estimated at 12%. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. File 36 is closed. We look for threats in the shadows, terrorists, pandemics, asteroids, but the greatest threat to our way of life is right there, in plain sight. The sun. The next time you see the northern lights, remember, it's not just a light show, it's the visual signature of a bullet that grazed us. One day the sun will not miss. The file is closed until the lights go out.